Hello, boys and girls. How you doing today? I'm out for a walk. It's early in the morning. There's dew on the grass. I'm in the backyard of the church. I'm out here walking because I just kind of felt like I needed some nature time. I needed to get out where it was a little quiet. I'm the only one here. There's no one on the property and it's really quiet. I want to listen for a second. Do you hear all the birds? There's something about getting away to a really quiet place, all by yourself, that just really feels good sometimes. We need it. I like getting away or getting up in the morning, getting outside on a walk before everybody else wakes up. I like having time just to listen. Sometimes I just listen to my thoughts. You ever do that? You just listen to your thoughts? I always like this little spot in the backyard of our church. It's always really quiet here. Sometimes I'll come out and take a cup of coffee and I'll sit right up there. You see that? There's a little bench. We have gardeners at our church who do a really nice job keeping all the flowers looking nice. I like just coming out here. Our church property is on a really beautiful piece of land. It's all by itself on this peninsula. It juts out into this little marshy lake and there's nobody behind us and it's quiet. I'm gonna come out. Now, why is Pastor Jeff talking all about quiet places, except for that airplane up there? Well, because I think we don't get enough quiet places in our life. Jesus knew that too. Do you know that? Jesus knew that we don't get enough quiet places. He talked about getting away to a deserted place, a quiet place. So he told the disciples that it was time for them to get away. They had just gotten back from a long mission trip, the disciples did. They were out healing people, helping people. They were tired. They were worn out. Jesus himself had all these crowds of people coming after him, wanting to touch him and be healed by him and be around him. And they were drained. And he said, let's get away to a quiet, deserted place. And let's rest. Let's get refreshed and renewed. And of course, right after they did that, then people started needing help again and wanting to be around Jesus. And so even Jesus needed to get away to a quiet place, to have a spot where he kind of let his mind just wander and be quiet and still. I want to talk to you about that. Are you guys taking time for quiet places? Are you getting away from things? Are you pausing? Maybe it's summertime. Are you getting away on a vacation? Are you doing that? You and your family? Maybe with COVID, you're still keeping it pretty simple. Maybe you're getting away to cabins. Or maybe you have a place where everybody gets together and it's kind of safe with distancing. Maybe you have some time to go running in the, around a lake or getting out with your family. Are you doing that? This is summer. We get away on trips. Why do we do that? I mean, why do we plan family vacations and trips? Because we know that we need rest and we need renewal. We need nature bathing. You hear those birds? It's good for our soul. Ah, there's another bird. If you really sit and listen, there's a lot of renewal around us. Now, God talked about renewal too. Do you remember when God created the earth? That story in the very first pages of the Bible, that God created the earth, the creatures, everything, night and day, the water, the land. God created all that, the creatures, and then finally created humans and said, oh, it's very good. And then God rested. Why on earth would God need to rest? That's silly. God is God. God created things just by even saying things. Why would God need to rest? Well, because God knows it's important to us. And God thought, I better make this as an example. So I'm going to rest after creating everything because I want my people to rest. Now, all throughout history, we have picked a day of the week to call Sabbath, which is rest. And the Jewish people, they chose their last day of the week was Saturday. So Friday night sundown to Saturday night sundown is their rest. In fact, they start out their day of Sabbath with rest. It starts with Saturday night, going to bed. You rest. And then you wake up Saturday morning. So Friday night rest, Saturday morning, get up and start working. So you rest first, even in their thing. We chose Sunday as our day because Jesus rose from the dead on Sunday. So we get up in the morning on Sunday. So then we have to really choose to rest. We have to think about rest. And part of our rest is coming to worship or finding worship online and carving that out to be with God. And then we try to do something that refreshes our soul on our day of Sabbath. Now, we had COVID. A lot of it's been crazy. You haven't had a chance to come to church and be in church on Sunday. So you've had to be creative about your Sabbath. What are you doing for Sabbath? I want you to stop the video and talk to your mom or dad about maybe something you can do this week that renews your spirit, that allows you to have Sabbath time. Find something you can do this week. And then I want you also to talk about one thing you're going to stop doing. One thing that's crazy in your life or hectic or something that maybe gets in your way, like maybe your computer or your iPhone or whatever you do, or you're watching YouTube or TikToks or whatever, and it kind of gets in your way and maybe you're being distracted from your family. Maybe pick one thing this week you're not going to do as a family, as you, so that you can reclaim your Sabbath, your rest. Pick one thing you're going to do, maybe yourself and your family, to reclaim your rest. And then pick one thing that you're not going to do so that you can reclaim your rest. Make sense? Boys and girls, Jesus tells us we need rest. You can't keep going. You have to rest. God, our Creator, rested too. So Jesus rested. He was following the example of his Father. If God rested, we better do it too. If you're ever looking for an amazing place to come and rest, you can come to the church and walk around these beautiful grounds we have. There's little paths you can walk on. There's our fire pit way in the back. You can sit there and maybe take a book or come take a book and sit under a tree. Bring a blanket. Boys and girls, it's always quiet here. Oh, and then we have these 3 cranes, those big birds that walk around here. At times, it's a mom and daddy and a little baby. Oh, they're adorable. They're here too. They really picked a beautiful spot to have this building. And it's here for you. Even if you're not inside the church, come and enjoy the outside of the church. I find it very restful. Boys and girls, every other week, we're doing a Wednesday night opportunity. We're going to have worship. This last week, we had it on the deck because it had rained and it was pretty soggy. In 2 weeks, we're going to do it on the 28th, I think it is. That Wednesday night, we're going to do it, if it's nice, we'll do it out in the back by the playground. Bring chairs and blankets. And we'll have snacks afterwards and relax. I know right now you guys are really taking it safe. I understand that. That's good to do. So we're going to provide these every 2 weeks. We're going to provide these outdoor Wednesday night worship opportunities. And we're going to keep them going into the fall until we can figure this whole thing with COVID out. So come out for that. We hope that that's restful too. We miss you. We love you. We can't wait to see you again. And don't forget to rest. God says so. Amen.